Welcome to Positive Atheism English channel. Today in our program I am going to read out you the chapter Main Features of Gora's Positive Atheism written by Dr. D.D. Bandiste, and now I am reading from where I had left in the last episode. Look at what happens when you believe in a fictitious entity like God. Anyone can claim God's sanction for his own brand of claims. Numerous evils get generated out of the situation of slave mentality and blind faith. He wrote, the slave mind, contained in theistic faith, abetted inequality. By meek submission, slaves permitted capitalists, autocrats, and aristocrats to ride roughshod and made tyrants of their brothers. Tyranny does not end until slavery is abolished, and slavery does not go until theism is abolished. Struggle for egalitarian society, for social justice, for creating a welfare society becomes meaningful only after atheism is established. Therefore, Gora says that progress of civilization is equivalent to progress of atheism. In that societies, prayer is the only method of obtaining what you want. But in atheistic society, where science and technology are expected to dominate our life, there is hardly any place for prayer and hardly any chance of worship being effective. I have stated in the beginning of this chapter that Gora's atheism is not limited to only denying God's existence, but it also has a positive dimension. That positive dimension is man's freedom. Man is bound neither by God nor by nature. Human actions are not determined by any external force. They are free. Gora opposes every type of determinism, whether it is created by divine dispensation, by fate's decree, by causation, by dialectics of development, by the forces of evolution, or by historical necessity. According to him, determination of any sort is as much a creation of mind as is God. Under determination of any sort, man would not be a free being and hence would not be responsible for his actions. He would be just a slave, and the term voluntary action would become a misnomer. But this is a completely false position, and Gora does not accept it. Free will is the day-to-day experience of every one of us. Such a universal experience as human freedom cannot be brushed aside as illusion. Hence, according to Gora, what is true is human freedom, and what is false is determinism, whether it is materialistic, naturalistic, circumstantial, or theistic. In keeping with his position of freedom, Gora goes to the extent of denying universality and inviolability to the laws of nature. His argument in this regard is as follows. Through sense organs, we get knowledge of the world, but the organization and systemization of this knowledge, the interrelationships and laws of the data experienced are provided by the human mind. The position comes to be that man becomes the maker of the laws of nature. Gora denies that laws of nature have any objective existence. He rejects the commonly held belief in the law of uniformity or the law of causation. There are no causal chains. All laws are made by man. Any belief in the inviolability of laws would render human freedom impossible. But human freedom is a fact, and hence, according to Gora, belief in the universal law of causation and so on is a false belief. Anyone can see that human choices are uncaused choices, hence they are free choices. Men do not behave in an identical way as machines do. This goes to prove that causation as an inviolable fact does not reign supreme in the universe. The so-called laws of nature are man's contribution to the nature. All the so-called laws of nature are in fact laws made by man while describing natural events. As regards the various laws of nature, Gora says, we are their authors. We make them, modify them at our will and need. He advises us to take causal relation in the sense of probability and not in the sense of universal certainty. He says, causality is neither certain nor universal. This is so because the laws of nature are human formulations. Their present formulations have not been identical to their formulations in the past, nor are formulations by person at any given time been identical to those of each other. This is bound to be so because human mind does not work identically. Thus, the concept of laws of nature becomes a pure fiction. Moreover, Gora is of the opinion that the belief in inviolable and universal laws of nature, as condensed in the law of universal causation, would not only make free will impossible, but it will lead to fatalism. This will be very unfortunate, but the fact of free will clearly disproves the existence of causal or universal laws. The phenomenon of free will itself disapproves the existence of universal causation. According to Gora, free will is literally a free will and is not a caused one. And from here, I shall read in the next episode again. Thank you.
For more videos, please subscribe to our Positive Atheism English channel presented by Samaram channels, which has crossed more than 20 crore views. Please like, subscribe and share our videos, and for notification of our new videos, please click the bell icon.